Boom boom, how's it going? It is I again, your boy TJ. Today we are talking about real estate and we're talking other people's money. And maybe for a lot of you, you're thinking, other people's money, where do I get other people's money? Oh, well, you have heard this about other people's money and you think that it is the bank. It is true. Other people's money is not just the banks, but there is a wider array of what we would call other people's money. It is my privilege today to be talking to you about other people's money. So let's start from there. What is other people's money? Simply put, other people's money, it is money that does not belong to you. You haven't worked for it. It is money that someone else can give you. And when I really say someone else, I mean someone else in the sense of someone else. Your mother, your brother, your cousin brother, or it can be an institution, right? What kind of an institution we're talking about? It can be a machoneso. Some of you are like, what's a machoneso? It's that guy who is a loan shark who's going to give you some money. Right. Do you want to get that money? It is still other people's money. We're not talking about whether it is good to get money from him or not. That's a video for another day. It might be good, it might not be good. But for this case here that we're talking about, we are talking about what is other people's money. This is what I want to define, and I also want to define this and say to you, can you build your own net worth using other people's money? And this is the question that I want to address today. Building your net worth with other people's money. So now that we have defined what other people's money is or is all about, and you know where it comes from, the point now is, can you build your net worth using other people's money? I almost want to say that this is something that is not unheard of. This is not something that is very new in our markets. If it is new to you, it basically means that you have just come to the awareness of the subject. But in many spaces, this has been the norm. I want to give you an example. We might know all the big companies that we do know. A lot of them, they are in existence today because of other people's money. How has that come to be? It is because they started a business. In the business, they went out and they found what they call shareholders. And shareholders were other people. And those other people saw the need and related to the mission. And they were like, we can fund that. And with the funding, that individual who started off that business all of a sudden had what we now call other people's money. Is it making sense? I hope it is. Let's come back to today. How do you get access to other people's money? I want to get rid of the obvious of the bank. Number one, what do you need to do? If you are looking for other people's monies and you are defining this to be the money from the bank, where does the bank get its money? Well, it gets its money from people like you and me who put savings in the bank, in your call account, in your check account, whatever it is. Basically, you are the bank's investors whilst you are investing there. The bank in turn then sells that money to other people. And now to that person, it is now other people's money. Now, answering the question is, with that example that we just spoke about with the bank, how then do you build your net worth? I'm going to give you an example. Today, I go and buy a property which is worth 500,000 and I buy this property for 200,000. Yes, it is possible. I've done it and I've done it for even less amount. Now, I go to the bank and the bank gives me the 200,000. Utilizing other people's money, all of a sudden, I have just created 300,000 for myself. And I've created Taurai Jack net worth 300,000. I'm not one of those people that want to create a net worth for myself directly, because I am a person, I'm a business person, I'm always doing businesses. So I never want to own anything. I live in companies and I live in trusts, that kind of thing. And I do this for the legacy of the generation that's coming ahead. So for that reason, I am always on net worth 0. But the companies, and together with the trusts that I own, are the ones that will always be net worthing higher. Is it a little bit complicated? I hope I didn't complicate it for you. But let's go back again. Remember, we are talking about other people's money. And we have defined here that the bank is other people's money. And we have also given an example of how easy it can be for me to create my own net worth using the bank's money. I'll give you the same example. On the same example, I find another property for 200,000 and its net worth, its value market is 500,000. It's the same property, the 2-bed, 1-bath. This time around, instead of me going to the bank, I didn't go to the bank. I went to my cousin brother. My cousin brother, he is from Durban, and I said to him, cousin brother, please, you've got 300,000. I am just looking for 200,000. I know that you got your 300,000 from your inheritance from your family, or whatever the case is, or you went into a deal. The point is that cousin brother has 300,000. He gives me 200,000, and I say to cousin brother, dude, when I go into this deal, we are in it together on 50-50. It basically means that now the retail price of this asset now is, remember, it's sitting on 500,000. I bought it for 200,000. So now the 300,000, I now own this with cousin brother on 50-50, or maybe 60-40, or whatever the ratio is. But the point is, I've gone to cousin brother. Cousin brother has given me, he is other people's money, right? He is, right? Remember, other people's money, it's any money that does not belong to you. So I've now created a net worth for cousin brother and for me, because now he is on 150 and I'm on 150. But guess what? I have also made cousin brother to be a little bit richer, because remember, his money, 200,000, it's still sitting in the property that we co-own together. So cousin's brother's net worth is no longer on 300. Remember, he was on 300 before he met me, because that was his inheritance. So now he is on 300, okay? And because the 200, which is in the asset, plus the 150, and now the 150, he is now on 450 net worth. But I have also created my own net worth of 150. Boom! Is it making sense? It is making sense, isn't it? Let's go on to another example. So we've spoken about the bank. The bank could be other people's money. Obviously, you need to qualify for you to engage with that. And then the second part is that you can go to cousin brother or cousin sister or whatever the case is. It doesn't matter. But I do not want to give you any more examples. What I would like to give you is, how do you become the creator of the net worth? Because not everyone has the ability to be able to, yes, find the good deals, and within finding the good deals, creating the deals, and then finding the bank, finding the cousin brother. So how do you become that? For me, that's the most important thing. Number one, you can never be someone who is good at structuring stuff, putting deals together, if you don't have the education. So if you are wanting to create a bigger net worth for yourself, or if you are like me, you live in trusts and companies like that, then it is a 101 fundamentals that you need to get the right information. Where are you going to get this information from? The traditional schools are not going to give you this information. My teacher, Robert Kiyosaki, said to me and other people that were in the class, for 30 years or 40 years, he spent time out of the traditional education going in to understand the non-traditional courses, what they were being taught. Seminars, webinars, and all of those workshops to understand the untraditional stuff. Over a period of time, he's been gathering information, and this gathering of information is called learning. So the more you learn, the more you earn. That's the fundamentals offered. So for me, I enjoy learning. So what am I saying to you? The fundamentals of you being able to create your own net worth is the desire to learn. When you start learning, you can be able to create your net worth. Now, learning alone is not going to give you the net worth, but the ability to understand what you are learning and now be able to marry it with other people's money. When a deal like this comes through, how do you engage the bank? How do you engage your cousin brother? Banks, they might not even have an appetite for your deal. So banks are very finicky. They might not even invest in the area that you have found the deal, so the deal might be pointless. So understanding how the banks works, understanding your cousin brother, understanding whoever who is going to give you the cash for you to create the net worth that you are looking for, then that's when you are going to start seeing your net worth growing and growing and growing and growing. And before you know it, you might actually not need anyone to go out and borrow other people's money. But as I have learned in the last 6 years, other people's money is the holy grail of investing. I have not seen any form of business that uses its own money. Right now, some of our biggest banks in the country, they get other people's money, right? The company that looks after all the pensions in the country for all the workers. Some of you know the company that I'm talking about. They invest in some of these banks. It is other people's money. It's your money, my money. Well, I don't have those pensions now. I invest in properties. That's what I do. So all of these now that I'm talking about, if you are to look at it, they take in other people's money, they put it into the bank, right? Recently, Amazon was reported to have had millions in their bank account, right? How did we know? Because they published their results. But in a short while, they went to look for debt from the bank. And we could be asking ourselves, hey, why were they going to borrow money when they had millions and millions in the bank? It's always cheaper to use other people's money. Creating value for yourself and for other people is very simple. You just need to learn how to do it. And learning how to do it is very simple. You need to have the desire to do it. When you have the desire, you pay for it. When you pay for it, your eyes they start seeing. When they start seeing, you start doing. When you start doing, you start earning money. When you earn more money, your net worth increases. This is how you create more net worth for yourself using other people's money. It is I, your boy, TJ. We will check you on the next video.